The magnificent rise and tragic fall of King Solomon. In the annals of history, few figures shine as brightly as King Solomon, the wise and prosperous ruler of ancient Israel. His reign marked the pinnacle of the nation's power and prosperity, a time of unparalleled splendor and wisdom. When Solomon ascended to the throne, he was but a youth, yet his heart yearned for the wisdom to lead his people justly. And so, he approached the Lord in humble prayer, asking not for wealth or long life, but for the discernment to rule with fairness and compassion. And the Lord was pleased with Solomon's request, granting him not only unparalleled wisdom but also prosperity beyond measure. Under his guidance, the kingdom of Israel reached the zenith of its glory, with the grand temple of Jerusalem standing as a testament to the nation's faith and the king's vision. Yet, as the years passed, a subtle shift began to take hold. Solomon's desire for wisdom and justice was slowly eroded by the trappings of power and the allure of indulgence. In his lifetime he amassed 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart from the path of righteousness. The once magnificent reign of King Solomon began to unravel. The people, disillusioned by their king's moral decline, grew restless, and the unity of the kingdom began to fray. And the Lord was angry with Solomon and had stirred up enemies against him. Rival factions and rebellions threatened to tear the nation apart, a bitter irony for a ruler whose reign had once been marked by such unparalleled peace and prosperity. Nevertheless, the Lord did not forsake him. By messages of reproof and by severe judgments, he sought to arouse the king to a realization of the sinfulness of his course and removed his protecting care and permitted enemies to harass and weaken the kingdom. God sent a prophet to deliver a message to King Solomon. The message was that because Solomon had not kept God's covenant and statutes, God would take the kingdom away from him and give it to one of his servants. However, God said he would not do this during Solomon's lifetime, but would take it from the hand of Solomon's son instead. Awakened to the judgment against him, Solomon began to see the folly of his actions. Chastened in spirit, he turned away from the disappointments of the world to seek renewal at the fountain of life. The discipline of suffering had accomplished its work, and Solomon discerned a ray of hope in God's message, realizing he had not been utterly cut off. Acknowledging God's power and love, Solomon repented and sought to retrace his steps towards purity, while recognizing he could never fully escape the consequences of his past sins. He resolved to humbly confess his errors and warn others, hoping to discourage them from following his ill-advised path. Solomon, in his later years, recorded the history of his wasted years as a warning for future generations, despite the harm his actions had caused his people. He humbly shared his wisdom and insights, acknowledging the importance of fearing God and keeping his commandments. Solomon's writings reveal his deep regret over turning away from God in his prime, and his sincere desire to save others from making the same mistakes he had made. The passage emphasizes Solomon's ultimate realization that the whole duty of man is to fear God and keep his commandments, as all will be brought into God's judgment. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this.